Okay, Unit 5, Force and Motion Retest. Number 1, what is the average speed of the car after 3 seconds? So distance a car travels, time in seconds, distance in miles. Number 2, a student gathered a toy car, a ramp, a stopwatch, a meter stick, and a variety of weights. What is he likely testing? How the angle of a ramp affects the speed of the car, how mass affects the speed of the car, how friction affects the speed of the car, how equal forces work on the placement of the car and the ramp. Number 3, when an object is acted on by unbalanced forces, the object will always accelerate, continue in the same direction, continue at the same speed, come to a stop. Number 4, what is the acceleration of the car between 2 and 5 seconds? And I guess you're referring to the graph on the other page. Number 5, if a car is moving on a road at 70 kilometers per hour going due north and then changes direction and starts traveling northeast staying at 70 kilometers per hour, what happens to its speed and velocity? The speed of the car changes, but the velocity stays the same. Both the speed and the velocity of the car change. Neither the speed nor the velocity of the car changes. The velocity of the car changes, but the speed stays the same. Number 6, a student is asked to design an investigation to determine how an unbalanced force may affect the speed and or direction of a car. When designing and implementing the investigation, which of the following pieces of equipment will be most useful? Stopwatch, graduated cylinder, toy car. Stopwatch, meter stick, toy car. Stopwatch, triple beam balance, meter stick. Stopwatch, spring scale, meter stick. Number 7, a car travels at a constant speed of 70 kilometers per hour for 15 minutes. The car decreases its speed from 70 to 40 kilometers an hour over the next 2 minutes and then continues to travel at a constant speed of 40 kilometers for the next 5 minutes. Which of the following graphs best represents the car's motion during the given time period? Number 8, a student pushes a box with a force of 16 newtons to the left. Another student pushes the same box from the opposite side with a force of 8 newtons to the right. What will be the result? The box will move to the right with an 8 Newton force. The box will move to the right with a 2 Newton force. The box will move to the left with a 2 Newton force. The box will move to the left with an 8 Newton force. Number 9, the graph below represents the movement of an object. So time in minutes and then speed in kilometers per hour. Which description best fits the motion shown on the graph? An airplane taking off and reaching a constant cruising speed, a roller coaster traveling up and down the first hill, a car traveling at a constant speed and stopping to refuel, a roller coaster traveling down a hill and climbing the next hill. Number 10, the diagram below, or on the next page, shows a race car traveling around a racetrack at a constant speed of 150 kilometers per hour. At which point on the track is the car accelerating? Point A, point B, point C, or the car is not accelerating. Number 11, the diagram below shows a race car traveling around a racetrack at a constant speed of 150 kilometers per hour. At which points is the velocity of the car the same? Points A and B, points A and C, points B and C, or the velocity is not the same at any of the points. Number 12. One of the laws of motion states an object in motion stays in motion unless an unbalanced force acts upon it. On Earth, objects always seem to eventually come to a stop when more force is not being applied. What force is causing the objects to eventually stop moving? Mass, friction, weight, gravity. Number 13. Which of the following statements best describes how the speed and velocity of an object differ? Velocity specifies speed and direction, while speed has no specific direction. Velocity specifies speed, while speed includes a specific direction. Velocity specifies a change in speed over time, while speed specifies a change in distance over time. Or velocity specifies a change in distance over time, while speed specifies a change in velocity over time. Number 14. It takes a 5 Newton force to cause a 0.025 kilogram object to begin moving. What is the acceleration of the object as it begins to move? You're going to record your answers on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Number 15. A basketball with a mass of 0.6 or 60 hundredths kilograms is accelerated with a force of 10.8 newtons. If resisting forces are ignored, what is the acceleration of the basketball to the nearest m per second squared, whatever that means. Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer sheets. Be sure to pay attention to your place values. Number 16. The Mississippi River is used to transport goods between northern and southern states. Fuel is shipped northward from the Gulf of Mexico, and grain is shipped southward from Nebraska. The diagram below shows a barge moving north at 5 meters per second, while the current in the river is moving south at 1.34 meters per second, as shown in this diagram. Pay attention to the compass and you can see north and south and blah, blah, blah. When the barge enters the northern part of the river, the southward current is 0.67. How will the barge be affected? The barge will move slower. The barge will move faster. The barge will come to a stop. The direction of the barge will change. When the southward current changes to 0.67 meters per second instead of 1.34. Number 17. Which graph below best illustrates the motion of the object based on the above data table? So the student data in time and then in speed. Number 18. An investigation was conducted to see how The motion of an object is affected by unbalanced forces. The data collected is listed in the table below. Student data with time and with speed. Which of the following remain the same throughout the investigation? The acceleration of the ball, the velocity of the ball, the speed of the ball, the velocity, speed, and acceleration all remain the same. Number 19, a student uses a magnet to move a 0.025 kilogram metal ball. The magnet exerts a force of 5 newtons, which causes the ball to begin moving. What is the acceleration of the ball when it begins to move? Number 20. The diagram shows a homemade car being pushed with a force of 25 newtons. The force causes the car to move at a constant speed of 3 meters per second. What will happen if the force is changed to 35 newtons? The car will move at a constant speed of 13. The speed of the car will not change. The speed of the car will increase. The speed of the car will decrease to 1. Number 21. Deep Space One was a spacecraft powered by an engine that gave off xenon particles to change velocity. It had a mass of 500 kilograms. Which expression can be used to find the spacecraft's acceleration if its engine created a net force of 1/10 newtons? Number 22. The diagram below shows a sled moving along a smooth, frictionless track. In which sections of the track will the sled experience an unbalanced force? Sections 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 3 and 4. Number 23. An object that is traveling east at a constant rate has speed and velocity but no acceleration, velocity but neither acceleration nor speed, speed but neither velocity nor acceleration, acceleration and speed but no velocity. Number 24. Velocity can be defined as the speed at which an object travels while moving in a certain direction, accelerating by a specific amount, under a frictional force, or moving in a circular path. Number 25. For an investigation, a student measures the speed of a cart as it rolls down a ramp. The student then records data in the table below. So the cart's speed down a ramp at the various locations and the average speed at that time. Which of these best explains the student's data? The speed of the cart decreases as the cart rolls down the ramp because of friction between the cart and the ramp. The speed of the cart increases as the cart rolls down the ramp because the force acting on the cart is greater than the force of gravity. The speed of the cart increases as the cart rolls down the ramp because the forces acting on the cart are unbalanced. The speed of the cart decreases as the cart rolls down the ramp because the forces acting on the cart are balanced. Number 26. A golfer hits a golf ball with a club. The mass of the ball is 0.05 kilograms. The ball accelerates at 2,000. What is the net force to the nearest newton that accelerates the ball? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value.